So we're going to go back to the live web app we were working in before. This is the main file we were using. I'm not going to ask you to follow along with me anymore because I'm going to be writing more code, and it'll be tedious for you to try to keep up. So I'll try to type slowly, and we'll quiz as I go. So the first thing we're going to do is adjust this file to work better for our needs. So remember, we were submitting to a different URL before. We're submitting to /test form. That's when we were learning about multiple handlers. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that action parameter, and we're going to get rid of that whole handler. We're not going to be using that anymore. And we're also going to get rid of the URL reference to that handler. We don't need that anymore. So now I've simplified this file quite a bit. We have our simple form that we were using before, and we have our main handler that's mapped to by slash. Slash maps the main page. Here's main page with a get function. And this get function just prints our form. This is the very simple example we started with from the very beginning. Let's make sure this still works. So here we are in our browser. We've got our basic form. Everything's as we expected it. OK, let's go back to the editor. So instead of having this basic form with just a text field, we're going to make a form to ask somebody for their birthday so we can validate their inputs. So let's get rid of this input. And we're going to ask the user, what is your birthday? We'll have a blank line. And then we'll have 3 inputs. One for the month, one for the day, and one for the year. So I'll go ahead and add those. So I've updated our form a little bit. It has a string, what is your birthday? A blank line. 3 inputs, all of type text, and they're named month, day, and year. 2 more blank lines, and then our submit button. Let's check how that looks in our browser. Here we are in our browser. We've got our text, what is your birthday? And we've got our 3 inputs for month, day, and year. And our submit button. I made the font a little bigger in the browser so we could read it better. Now, this is not very clear what we're asking for. Remember, we have a solution for that, though. Let's add some labels so we can see month, day, and year next to our text inputs. So here we are in our editor again. I'm going to add a few labels. OK, so all I did is I added label elements like we did in the previous examples. Here's an opening label, our old month input, some month text to appear next to our text input, and then the closing label. And I did that for each of these inputs, month, day, and year. Let's see how that looks in our browser. OK, here we're in our browser. I've reloaded it, and things are looking nice. Now we can see that we're asking for the month, the day, and the year. Now, I'm going to type in some data here, and I'd like you to tell me what you think is going to happen when I click Submit. So when I hit Submit on that form, what do you think is going to happen? Will the form clear? Will we get an error 405 because we never added a post handler to slash? We'll see the form values in the URL, or will the app count down to my birthday?